Welcome to the home of Cloud Dancer Speaks. Well, first of all, just a little tip. Dark Raven 1 has returned from her journeys because she is what I call a spiritual photographer. She tries to bring the magic of the forests into your own homes by her skill with the camera. And there are several magical sites in Ireland. One is in Killarney, there's another one in Galway. Yeah, Galway. There are these little magical sites everywhere, but I don't think you'd be disappointed if just have a look at her photographs and let her know what you think. Now, I promised you I would enlarge a little bit on our last discussion. Well, first of all, we were talking about orbs. Now, not all orbs are the friendly type, be warned. There's always a polarity. We live in a world of polarity, of good, bad, up, down, black, white. Everything's polarity. And so it is in the spirit world. Some of the orbs are good, some aren't. If you see them as orbs, they are not going to materialize unless they want to communicate with you. They have no desire to communicate with you, to communicate with anyone, unless it's of urgency. Then they'll take the shape of something that you recognize from your own mind. This is how the spirit world works. I mean, Dark Raven 1 has been to places where she's been attacked physically. Her and Little Buffalo have been attacked by spirit. So be aware of these things. Not all spirit is what you think is spirit, it's just residue. So you've got to draw like a demarcation line between the two. You've got to be able to define which is which for all you budding ghost hunters. Leaves kind of a bad taste, ghost hunters, in my mind. Some of you have seen that notorious program, Haunted, what is it? Oh.
Most Haunted.
Most Haunted. Where you have a dipsy woman who thinks she knows it all, and they go and try and make ghosts perform, like, I don't know, performing seals, if you like. This is complete disrespect as far as I'm concerned. To communicate with spirit, how would they communicate? Well, unless it materialize, and unless you're familiar with the verbalization, then the glass has just fallen out of my Wampy glasses, which are no good, so I'll throw them out. I'm sorry about this, folks, but the glasses are knackered. Okay, that's better. I can't see you properly with the other ones. She's done exceedingly well, they both have. And they have an exhibition of some of their work, which I'm very proud of both of them. We deal with dimensions and we deal with astral worlds. Now in the astral world, sometimes what you're getting is symbolic and you have to kind of piece it together. Well, that isn't too hard. And to figure out what is being said to you. same as doctors, I have no interest in doctors whatsoever. I am a healer. And that's the title I use for, basically, same as Dark Raven one and the Buffalo. We are healers. And it isn't just a case of healing disease either. It's a case of trying to heal the contamination that people have suffered. Because the dark side is very oppressive and very alluring. And they can fall for their traps very easily. Well, it's getting near that day of Halloween, of pumpkins and ghouls, but let's face the reality of what it is. It's not a dressing up time at all, actually. Halloween, or I use that word because it's the most commonly recognizable. It's Samhain, we call it Samhain, but it is where the veil between the astral worlds and this world is very, very thin. So you can call in your loved ones that have crossed over. How do we do that? Well, one of the old favourites is light a candle. But on the candle, consecrate it with water, with the four elements. Consecrate it with the four elements. Then write on the side of the candle the name of the person. And then put it, usually put it in the east. But it doesn't matter where you put it. The candle will guide the spirit to you. If you're nervous of doing this, I don't advise you to do it at all, because you've got to have a full protection, you've got to have a full circle. If you haven't, it can lead to a lot of problems. Now, a lot of people think that we are just the main coven. No, we are the leaders of covens. You could say the 13 covens. And Dark Raven one will control them. They're not all on this planet. Now let's be quite explicit about this. We live in like two worlds. We live in the world of spirit, and we live in the world of man. We have seen wonderful things, and we've seen wonderful cures, miracles that have been impossible. All this we have seen. And I saw my little old ladies this weekend. They're Catholic. One's still in hospital, and she should be out week Wednesday. One is blind. I mean, they're beautiful souls. We must learn to tolerate each other. Learn to tolerate each one's beliefs and each one's way of life. This is where a white man made the mistake when he went to America. He did not understand the culture of the Native American. So he caused a lot of problems.
He didn't want to understand.
No, he didn't actually. We're going back now to, what they call love? Those that left Plymouth. Oh.
Pilgrim Fathers.
Eh?
Pilgrim Fathers.
Yeah, the Pilgrims. The Pilgrim Fathers went over. They caused nothing but destruction. And once they heard the word yellow metal, they went ape shit. They went completely bonkers. They left England because they were under persecution in England. So they left. And they caused havoc in another world. And isn't this happening even today? Look at the countries that are under persecution. Iran, Iraq. I can go on and go on and go on. It was the same when we went to China. It caused fierce disruption in China. Didn't understand the culture. Everyone expects them to be able to have the same aptitude and culture as what we have.
They didn't want to understand the
No,
culture.
they just
Same
want.
in Russia with the Cossacks.
Oh yes. Oh no, they didn't understand the Cossacks at all, did they?
The Cossacks were like the white men.
That's right. It was terrible. And until we learn to understand and respect each other's culture and each other's journey, there cannot be peace. We're still living in the Stone Age. You think you advance because you're a high technology. But the higher your technology goes, the less spiritual you'll become. You're eating in your diet, you're partaking of every poison that man's devised.
And if everything stopped, how many people could survive?
Well, all you have to do there, my love, is stop electricity. Take away electricity for 6 months. See how many live. See how many can survive without electricity.
How many could get their own food
They couldn't.
and dress it and cook it and everything?
Fortunately, well, unfortunately, the old folk, they're not teaching the youngsters the real way. They're not teaching them how to survive. I mean, I've talked to my young fella many times on survival, and he said, oh, that's gross, I couldn't eat that, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. Believe you me, I know hunger, and you eat anything when you're hungry, raw, if necessary. Youngsters are just, they're slaves to technology. That's the best way I can put it. They don't do anything except sit in front of a machine and play. I'm fortunate that way because Little Buffalo is a good little photographer. He's a brilliant swimmer. He's got so many medals here. We could melt all the medals down and have enough metal to build a car. He's good at soccer. These are his outlets. I mean, he's not stuck on a machine all the time. I'd prefer if he had more outlet options, but that's me. I'm a man. And men are very strange. They tend to think that you can bring the child up in your image. Bull! Rubbish. He's his own person. He has his own likes, his own desires. He has his own way to go through life. If you try to make him into a miniature copy of you, then you lose big time. Spirit must be encouraged, not bullied, but encouraged. It's a way of life in the Western world but it's not. It's very strange. You talk of meditation, and they kind of freeze up. And oh my God, I couldn't do meditation. Why? You do it every day. You read a book. You're entering a facsimile of another world, and you're getting involved with the plot and involved with that world. You are meditating. You sit down, you listen to some music. What are you doing? You're meditating. So, meditation isn't that hard. A lot of people, they'll get up in the morning, immediately they start putting on televisions or putting on radio. They have to have noise. Why? As Dark Raven will mention this many times, I'll just turn it off and have the silence. I prefer the silence, that I can concentrate. Because, you know, I never know where I'm going to go or what I'm going to do. A lot of exciting things. And, you know, once you've got over Halloween or Purgas or Samhain, you will have Yuletide or Christmas. Again, it's not a festival of gifts at all. In England, they call the day after Christmas, they call it Boxing Day, because that, in the old days, that's when they gave out gifts to the family. Actually, Christmas Day. Very interesting facts about Christmas Day. Jesus Christ supposed to have been born on Christmas Day. Interesting. Horus was born on Christmas Day. And there are many pathogens that, I think I said that right, that were born on Christmas Day, on the 25th. Those of you who've got internet, you can check it out. And you'll be surprised. Quite an eye-opener. In actual fact, Horus was born on, as far as I know, on Christmas Day. And so were a lot of Pantheons, a lot of deities. So Christ is born on Christmas Day as well.
14 minutes have passed, actually. It's nearly 19 minutes now.
19 minutes?
19
minutes have passed.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you know, there you've done it to me again. You let me run away with a gob. It's her indoors. It's
Well,
her
you
fault.
seemed happy not going there.
Listen to her. She's given out already. She made me do it. Oh, you know me. I wouldn't do a thing like that.
Yes, you would.
Can you see that halo above my head?
More
No.
like horns and a tail and cloven hooves.
Okay, I'm going. In disgrace again. May our blessings be with each one of you. And those who have left comments last time, I thank you. It's much appreciated and gives me a feeling of that I'm doing my job. Namaste. Om Shanti.